What if Naruto had the Rinnegan Part 2? The next day, Naruto heads towards the training grounds and is there just before Sasuke and Sakura arrive. They talk more about their plan as they know that Kakashi is probably going to be a while. They made a plan as soon as the test begins, Sakura will run into the woods and set traps around the forest. Sasuke will stay on the opposite side of the clearing to Sakura to cover Sakura's position as much as possible. And Naruto will be distracting Kakashi as he is the most powerful member of the team. Naruto hands half his ninja tools to Sasuke and the other half to Sakura, only holding on to one kunai to use against Kakashi. After a while, Kakashi turns up, spouting his usual story of going the long way around and getting lost on the path of life. Naruto raises his eyebrow and looks at Kakashi and says that life is always in front of you, hence why you always look forward, so you must have been looking backwards, so why were you looking backwards? Kakashi thinks that Naruto seems to have quite a philosophical mind and is quite intelligent, and the two of them may have a very interesting conversation sometime in the future. He then tells the team how the test will work, and that the two ninjas that grab the bells will become genin, while the other will go back to the academy. This concerns Sakura, as she will be the furthest away from the bells, and she's also the weakest of the team. But Naruto gives her a reassuring look that lets Sakura know that he does indeed have a plan. Sakura calms down, and Kakashi starts counting down. Once he says start, Sasuke and Sakura jump into the woods in opposite directions, and Naruto stands staring at Kakashi with his purple eyes. Kakashi is slightly unnerved by this, but asks Naruto if he really thinks he can fight alone, with Naruto smirking, saying they'll find out soon enough. And then Naruto runs directly at Kakashi, throwing a solid punch fast enough to make Kakashi block. He then throws another and another over and over again, with each punch being blocked by Kakashi, who actually was expecting more. But as he thought this, Naruto planted both of his feet into Kakashi's chest and kicks away, while doing hand signs for using the fireball jutsu. Kakashi shits himself at the size of the fireball, and uses a mud wall to block it, but is cut off by 5 kunai flying out of the forest from behind him, making Kakashi use a substitution jutsu instead, ending up in the woods. He starts to sneak through the woods, trying to get over to Sasuke, but again is cut off by a big log swinging towards him, knocking him back into the clearing. Kakashi gets up and sees that Naruto has a kunai out ready for round 2 against him. Kakashi smiles, and even though they have passed already, he wants to see what they are truly made of. So against Naruto, he uses a water dragon, which is met by Naruto's own water dragon, cancelling each other out in the air. Kakashi then rushes forward, engaging Naruto in another taijutsu bout, going back and forth, fairly even as Kakashi wasn't going full power. Kakashi then starts picking up the pace and knocks Naruto away. Kakashi then quickly dodges a couple of kunai that came out from the woods, and the kunai start going straight towards Naruto. Almost on instinct, Naruto raises his hand and points his palm towards the kunai, and they seem to be blasted away from some invisible force. Kakashi looks at Naruto and thinks that must be one of the Rinnegan abilities, but Naruto doesn't seem to know what he just did. Before anything else could happen, Naruto could see Sakura come into the clearing and give Naruto a thumbs up, which Kakashi did see, but didn't know what that meant. Naruto throws his one kunai, at a tree nearby, and Kakashi could see that he had just cut a very fine wire, which launches more kunai and shuriken from 2 different directions, and a fireball comes from another direction from Sasuke. Kakashi uses a substitution again and tells the genin to stop. He had a huge smile under his mask and tells them that they all pass. He explains that the test was to see if they could work together, and their teamwork seems to be flawless as of now. He tells them that they are now Team 7 and that they will start missions starting tomorrow, and dismisses all of them apart from Naruto, who he wanted to talk to. He asks Naruto if he has ever heard of the abilities that the Rinnegan possesses, with Naruto telling him that he has no clue what he means. Kakashi explains that there are multiple fabled abilities of the Rinnegan, but he doesn't have any clue what they might be. Well, before today anyway. He tells Naruto that the way he deflected those kunai may very well be one of them, while Naruto looks shocked and wonders if he can even control that. Naruto tries pushing in his mind, and a rock on the floor starts to roll away. He tries again, but nothing happens. He waits a couple of minutes and tries again, and it moves. He then starts to form hypothesis in his head and counts to 5, and then tries again. The rock rolls away, so already he had access to the almighty push and now knows about the 5-second recoil. Over the next month, they do the annoying and tedious missions until one of them eventually cracks, this time being Sasuke, who asked the Hokage very formally if they could have a higher ranked mission, which Hiruzen says that he is surprised that they didn't ask sooner, and finds the mission to escort the bridge builder to the Land of Waves. Tazunu comes in and starts drunkenly giving them shit for being kids. But when Naruto turns around and he sees his Rinnegan, Tazunu changes his tune and eagerly accepts, knowing about the legendary dojutsu. Not even being a ninja, he had heard of those purple eyes. Naruto smiles and says it's nice to meet him, and asks when they were leaving. Kakashi tells them that they will head out first thing in the morning. So the next morning, they all meet at the village gates and set off to the Land of Waves, excited for their next step in the ninja world. Before anything, I just want to say I'm sorry if you can hear my fans from my laptop. My laptop's being a little bastard at the moment. But anyway, yeah, let me know how you feel about this part and this series in general. Subscribe and share if you want. I would really appreciate it, to be honest. It would help for more people to see it. And I'll see you all later, I guess. Bye.